Alright, put the wheel back on the bike now. Yeah. A little heavier now. There we go. So in. Appears to be no lock washer on here for some reason. Grab me a 1/2 inch lock washer. So far I'm striking out. No lock washer. There we go. Nice thick heavy duty one. Okay. This. Okay, so you pull the axle a little bit. This is turning on this side because there's nothing keeping it from turning right now. So I put the axle pull forward. Put some decent amount of torque on there. You lock down your axle caps here. Right now you want to make sure there's no load on this axle, so if you go like this a couple times, the fork will center up. If you squeeze your fork tubes in when you torque it, like this, the fork will be jammed up. Won't want to work. It's called friction. Not a good thing. So you want to look at your axle cap, make sure you equalize the gap. A little torque on there, but not super heavy. About that much, about 20 foot-pounds there probably. So it's got good torque on it. Now I can torque the other side pretty good. We put a lot more than 20 on this side. Not about that much. Probably more like 50 or 60. Tight is good. Okay, so there's our front wheel on there now. Get that sticker on there. That's got to come off. Okay, so there's our wheel. So you want to make sure it rotates smoothly without hitting anything. Good gap. With the tire on there, looks like the fender's centered up on us pretty good. Put that right there to muscle it over. Make it more equal in the front. So it works pretty good on this side. So there you go. All good. Okay, so right now we're getting ready to fall off the rack here a little bit. So go ahead and jack this thing up a little. Slide it on over there a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and move the rear of the bike over a little bit. Get it back evened up on the rack. I got it pulled off to the one side there, so I need to get it back on the other. Almost caught it. It's a good way to break in a new seat. Drop it on the ground. Good for it. Still working on that project. Okay. Put it down. Not too far forward. There we go. Go up a little higher because we're hitting. So the front wheel was hitting the stand right there. Make sure you got room for your fingers under there. Nothing worse than getting the wheel to spin and jam your fingers under there. It really, really does hurt when you do that. Okay, got plenty of room to rotate the bars. I got the strap still up on there. I'm going to leave it up on there so safety. Right now the bike can slide backwards off the back of the bike here, off that ramp. And go forward. It'll go until it hits something back here. You know, like that wheel it's sitting against right now. You know, it's not going to go very far that way. Okay, so I got in that position because I want to look at the brake. So we're going to do a little, just look at me, yeah, it's a good thing to look at me. So we're going to see about this brake caliper over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing on there. So I need the Allens for this. One bucket of crap. Here's the one we need. Okay. A little dry in there. Need a little lube on that. So these calipers here have a little pin right here. Little slot. And normally these have a pin that they engage into for rotation purposes. So they don't have that on this pad. It's weird. Yeah, it's easiest to engage in here so it won't rotate when you tighten it. This one does not appear to have one. I have no idea why it does not have one, but they don't have one. You put a little dab of Loctite on these to make them run freely. These are blue. I got special brake lube that goes in there, grease, which I don't think I have any. I'm not a big fan of the NECs. So that means we're going to use something else. So the best grease in the building is the Trobodyne grease, which is high temperature. And I hid it for myself so I would not use, nobody would grab it and use it because it cost $300 a jar. Yeah, that's why you hide it. Customers just grab stuff and don't care about what the price is, but when you got to pay $300 for a thing of grease, you hide it. If you want the good stuff, that's the good stuff. So we're going to use about that much. little bit of lube right there. That'll lubricate the seal. That's all we need. Put it back together and go hide it. Somebody don't accidentally use it and wipe their butt with it. I've had customers do stuff like that before. Said they don't care. Okay, you get the brake pad or plate, whatever you want to call that thing, in the right spot. Right now we are not in the right spot, I don't think. Yes, we are in the right spot. A special lube on this one also, called blue Loctite. It's stock, there should be a pin on there. Obviously when that was chrome plated they knocked the pin off for some reason. I haven't got a clue why. Now it might make it fun to get off because with Loctite on it it can rotate, and if it just rotates and there's nothing to hold it, it will be a problem. But that's for down the road, not now. It's rotating. It's tight though. So is that one. Brake appears to be working correctly. Not dragging, that's a good sign. So after you let things in there, you look at them, make sure there's nothing dragging. You don't want to have this a floating caliper, so it'll float in and out a little bit. So you want to make sure that it will not drag on, bend the rotor over like this, you know, go this way. So right now the pad here is not dragging, so when you pull the caliper in, the piston will move this pad in, and the whole caliper will slide out a little bit and lock up on the rotor. So at that position it shouldn't bend anything. Okay, so there's our brake caliper. So now I want to put some lines on here. So we need a 90-degree fitting for here. Banjo. And a couple of sealing washers also. Okay, where is my stuff I brought out? I got a 38 incher and a 42 incher. Here's the master cylinder. Here's the front master cylinder if you use it, which we're going to probably not use it. The plan is not to use it. Okay, so this is a genuine shadow. It might fit a Honda Shadow, or it might just be some other name, but the spruce does look like a Honda master cylinder. Anyway, that's what we're going to use if we don't do what I want to do. Okay, I need some brake parts, so let's see where they're at. I think they're down here. Oh, good guess. So we need a 90-degree banjo, like that. We need a couple sealing washers. And we can either use the rubberized ones like this, or we can use the copper ones like that I like. Okay. Alright, that'll work for now. So, basically, take one of these, take two of these, you got a smooth side and a rough, sharp side. This is smooth, this is rough because I can feel it. I always like to put the rough side toward the banjo. Goes like that. This one here, same thing. In this case, it's going to make absolutely no good doing it that way, so I'm going to reverse it. So we'll get the better sealing on the outside surface to the inside, because this is all round, it'll never hit it anyway. Okay, so this goes in the cylinder, or caliper I should say. Okay. Appears to be a 12-point wrench of some type. My guess is 3/8. Ooh, good guess. Okay, we're not sure where that's going to go yet, so we're going to leave that kind of loose. Goes right there for now. Okay, we're going to take out our 42-inch line here. So these are clear coated stainless. When you got the coating on there, it doesn't eat up anything. If you got it raw, it eats up everything it gets near. So this here just screws on the end of it. It's a -3AN fitting. That's all it is. So I'm going to take that and tighten it down lightly. So the plan is to take this and go up to here. Have some kind of a clamp up on the tree here where there's a hole for it. And then run back down to the master cylinder down here. And work our front brake. What I don't know yet is am I going to use one line to go the whole way, or am I going to have a T up here and split it up? So, right now, I'm thinking probably just a clamp would be fine. So I'm going to go grab some clamps. So we got to go find me some clamps. Don't think I have clamps in this drawer. So if you don't use a clamp, you got to use a T like that. Or you can do something custom like one of these roundish ones. There's all kinds of things you can do. Let's see, where is my... Actually, yep, I was right. I was going to go into this for a minute. I keep thinking this is a nut and bolt drawer unit, and it's not. It's a junk drawer, where I put junk. I've rearranged these drawers so they're different how they used to be. There we go. That's the drawer we're looking for. See, I knew I had a couple clamps laying around somewhere. That's a little on the big side. There used to be a whole bunch of them in one of these drawers up here. Differently done. Looks like a headlight rubber. Not quite, but close. Alright, well there's a used one that's not quite the right size, but that sounds like it's got something to hit. Yep, something hitting. I guess it's that right there is hitting. No, must be the bottom drawer hitting. Yep. So something is hitting. Down there. Alright, it's a two-handed job. Column of drawers. All this to find a clamp. Oh well, life in the big city. So something is not put in here correctly. The problem is getting to it. That's the problem. Alright, here's the problem. That bolt is hitting. be a little on the big side. These are the clamps I was looking for. Thought he had some smaller ones though. So this one's a smaller one, that's a bigger one. So one of these two we're going to use for mounting. This does not look like it has a 5/16 hole, looks like a quarter. This will be a 5/16 hole, so this is probably going to be the candidate to use right here. Assuming that's a 5/16 hole up under there, which, as I recall, that's what they were, but I might be wrong. The hole's right there, and that looks like it might be a 5/16 to me. Coarse thread out of this drawer here. Just grab a bolt that's easy to use. It appears to be not going in the hole. So maybe that means it's a 1/4 inch or so, a 1/4 inch bolt. Aha! Appears to be 1/4 inch. Oh, that does not like going in that hole. Let's see, it looks like it's coarse. Don't think it's metric. I mean, fine thread, I mean. No. It's 1/4 inch coarse thread with puke in the hole. That means it doesn't want to tighten up. And way more length than we need. Appears somebody's mixing up my hardware for me. That just jammed me in the back. Can get a little lock washer of some type. These are like real lock washers, not these goofy star washers. There we go. So I gotta remember my drawer placement. Everything's new, so it's different now. Things are in different locales. Clunk. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and try to put that line up under the neck there.